Welcome, 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 welcome back. Hey, our next guest is an educator, an author, and executive director of Doris L. Morrow Academy. She joins us to share her new children's coloring book project. It's a beautiful one. Please welcome to the show Kimberly A. Morrow. Kimberly, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Nice to see you. I caught you earlier, right? I said, hey, we're live. Here we go. Where are you?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I had some other great news to share with you too from
Yeah.
our last conversation.
Uh-huh. What is that? The last time we spoke was about a few months ago?
Yes, actually, I feel like it was longer than that. But we were talking about the vision board workshops that I do.
Yes, 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 yes.
And one of the things that I said is I wanted to take the show on the road and I
And
wanted to do more of them.
uh-huh.
And I am pleased to report that I have been doing just that. I recently returned a couple of weeks ago. I did a vision board workshop for St. Philip AME Church
Uh-huh.
in Stone Mountain in Decatur, Georgia.
All right.
And I've been doing a extended workshop series with Santa Monica Community College, and I've been renewed for the entire school year. So I'm very excited
Woohoo!
with
All
the vision
right.
board workshops. Yes, and we
Yes.
talked about it here.
Oh, beautiful. See, this is like a springboard for a lot of projects,
Yes,
and I'm
yes,
glad. I'm
yes.
glad everybody's receiving what you're putting out there well. And you're a teacher. Explain that. Talk about what you do as a teacher and how you became a teacher and how you started doing what you're doing now.
Okay, so actually started teaching way back many years ago in 1996. When I tell my students that now, they're like, "Oh my God, like you're so
96. I
old."
wasn't born yet.
Exactly, exactly. So I taught for 11 years. I taught civics, world geography, U.S. history, U.S. government. And then I became a principal. First, I was an assistant principal. So I taught 11 years. And then I was an assistant principal.
Hmm.
And then I became a principal of a K through 12. And then I retired during the pandemic and founded my own academy, Doris L. Morrow Academy, and I work with homeschoolers. So
Hmm.
that's pretty exciting. During that time period in 2018, I wrote my first book. It's called Eight Pros of Wisdom, a parenting guide.
Hmm.
Empowering children is the way to go. So I actually founded my own publishing company as well. So I self published my book. But over the years, I have been very fortunate to publish other people's work as well. So I
Great,
have
great.
several authors that I've published. And, just a little quick plug, this is my most recent author,
Uh-huh.
Gail Laverne Smith.
All
Her book
right.
is Pinpoint Gullah Geechee Gal, My Stories, My Poems.
The Geechee
We
Gal. All right.
Yes, yes, this just came out September 22nd.
All right.
So,
Congratulations.
yes, thank you. And I have another author's book I'm publishing. She's beginning her pre-sale November 1st, Olivia Almagro, and her book is Cherish the Day.
Oh, beautiful. Now
So
you mentioned as a teacher that you were involved. You taught civics.
I taught civics,
Yeah.
yes.
How
So,
do you?
which leads me to this.
Yeah. And before you get to that, how do you apply some of the things that you used to teach to what's happening today in politics?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I know.
So
I know.
yeah, yeah. I actually did an interview a few years ago during the election cycle when Trump was running against Biden.
Uh huh.
And what I had said back then was these are things that we've actually seen before in our history, and we're going to get through it. But I will tell you, if I had to do that interview again, I would say that in the United States,
Yeah.
we've not seen this before, that I'm aware of in our history, but other countries have seen this before. And what's happening, coming from a history perspective, a civics perspective, is very scary what we're seeing, the
Yeah.
rhetoric that we're hearing,
So this is a
because
little bit beyond civics.
It's
There's a
beyond
lot
civics.
involved. There's a lot
Yeah,
of hate,
yeah,
and
yeah,
there's a lot
yeah.
of
And
division.
it's yeah. And so getting back to civics, I would tell my students and have always told my students that the power comes from the consent of the governed. That's what it says in the Constitution.
Yeah.
And so they get their power from us. And if we do not elect them, they no longer have power. And so we have to remember that they don't have power over us unless we give it to them.
Yeah.
And so when people say I'm not going to vote, voting doesn't matter, you're giving up your power. And so that's the way I apply it as a civics teacher. We have to remember that the power of the government comes from the people, not the other way
So
around.
exercise your civic duty.
Exactly.
Now, what was the book you were holding up a little while ago?
Oh, so it's called Trailblazers for Change.
Uh huh.
Mina and Myron learn about historic first. So as a teacher, um, recently I've been going into a lot of classrooms. So like I said, I'm not in the classroom full time as a teacher. So I
Yeah.
work different programs. I work with my homeschool students. I go into classrooms, and a lot of students they're young, right? They're born in like the 2000s now, and 2013s and 14s, and um, the fact that Kamala Harris is now running for president, I wanted them to understand that somebody came before her who paved the way. A lot of these children have no idea who Shirley Chisholm is,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to just write a book or create a worksheet. I thought it would be interesting to have characters, fictional characters. So these
No.
twins, Mina and Myron, they are learning from their grandmother who's teaching them about these people that came before Kamala Harris. So she's telling them about Shirley Chisholm and Jesse
Yes.
Jackson, Barack Obama, and Hillary Clinton. But it's done in such a child friendly way where it's interesting. There's a line in the book, in the story, where the grandmother says, "Would you like for me to tell you more?" And the grandson says, "Boring." Like, and so I wanted it to be,
Ah,
something that children could relate to,
yeah.
and still be educational, and then also interactive. So they're coloring pages. That's why I did the coloring book as
Yeah.
opposed to just doing a children's book.
That's good. Well, you're doing a lot to help our youngsters get to the next level. Can you tell us about your parenting guide and how parents can better prepare their kids for a successful year?
Yeah. So, Eight Pearls of Wisdom, it really gives parents some insight as to how to begin preparing their children early for whether it's college or career by just exposing them early on. I think I shared with your audience before when I was writing this book, one of the things that I reflected upon as a high school principal, when parents would come in with their ninth graders and they would say, what should I be doing to prepare my child for college? And in my mind, because I wouldn't say this to them, I would think you should have started before you got to high school. So a lot of times parents don't realize the power that they have where they can begin introducing their children to various colleges and careers at a very early age. And not so much as you got to get ready to work, but more just exposing them to all of the different careers that are out there. A lot of times children they just don't know. They get to high school and they don't know about all of these other careers that are available to them.
Yeah.
And so there's a section about that. There's a section about if you think your child has a learning disability, how to get them tested. And then the last section, my favorite, is for parents, and it's about self-care, because a lot of times we spend so much of our time and energy making sure that our children are well taken care of. And if they're like me, we're in this generation where we're taking care of our parents, we're taking care of our kids,
That's the
And
sandwich
so,
generation, right?
yes, yes, yes. I was definitely in that. I had my mother and I had my kids I was raising. So,
Yeah.
um, just understanding that our self care is just as important. And one of my favorite lines that the flight attendants tell us:
There you go.
the first thing you do is you put the mask on yourself, and then you put the mask on someone else. So
Take care of
we have
yourself
to
so you can
remember
take
to
care of
take care
others.
of ourselves
Yeah.
first. Exactly.
Take care of yourself
Exactly.
before
So
you can begin to take care of others. Yeah.
exactly.
That's good.
Exactly. And unfortunately, some of these lessons were learned the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were hard learned lessons, but because of that, I'm able to share with others so that that way they don't have to learn those lessons the hard way.
Yeah. And then finally, once again, you have the latest book, the coloring book. And so,
Yes, and the coloring book is available. It's available through my website,
yeah.
kimamarrow.com. Or if a school is interested
Uh huh.
and they need to buy a book, and a lot of schools have accounts with Amazon, they can go on Amazon.com. If a bookstore would like to order it for their um, store, they can go on Ingram and get it. So it's a number of ways that this book is available.
KimberlyAMorrow.com.
Oh, no, no, just Kim.
Just Kim.
KimAMorrow.com.
I know, I just threw that in there.
Oh,
But don't listen to that. Say it again.
KimAMorrow.com.
There you go. Kimberly, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thanks for joining us, okay? And
Thank
good
you,
luck with
Dr.
everything. And come back
Bob.
again.
I will. I'll share more stuff with you.
You got it. It's a deal.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a good one.
You too. We'll take a quick break. I've got a whole lot more. Keep it right here on Open.